Someone's here. Oh, I see. Sorry. I've run out of places to put books. Welcome to my study. Now then, my guest, what brings you here today? Hold on now. No need to say it. You're here for a book, right? And it's The Witch of the Dark Castle. You've got a good eye. Well, I won't pry into where you heard of this book. A curious place, is it not? This is the very midpoint between your world and mine. I know. I understand exactly what you mean. You want me to hurry up and begin, don't you? Now then, I want you to journey into a certain book, to a city called Erishing, and put a stop to the ambitions of the witch Ingeborg. The city is already in a dreadful state as it is, but if we leave it any longer, something irreversible, something truly terrible will come to pass. Before we begin, I should warn you, this book was written when I was a bit younger, you see. So in the book, I put on airs and address you as my friend. Do forgive me for that. And now we depart for a world filled with danger and regret. No, that's not it. Yes, this is the one. A world of dreams and adventure. Come, let us be off. What's that? Did you think you're gonna whoosh into another world? Something of that sort? This is already another world, you know. Now take a look at that desk. First, let's choose who you head out as your other self. So we've got Mage and Warrior. There are two candidates, each one bound to a different book. The first is a warrior, a master of battle who drives back danger with a single sword. The second is a mage, an explorer of the unknown who works miracles with wondrous magic. Now then, which of the two will you choose? Normally I'd choose the warrior, but lately I've been kind of leaning into magic. Wizards, mages, let's go with the mage. Seems you've made up your mind, have you? Once you choose your other self, you cannot change it until the adventure ends. It is magic that works upon the soul, you see. Shall we begin, then? Yes, let's start. And guys, welcome in. It is so good to have you. We're checking out another demo today. This, if you didn't pick up on it, is The Witch of the Dark Castle. Steam has the release date coming soon. Nothing more than that. This was developed by a Vanillaware vet, so I'm kind of guessing what type of game it's going to be, but we'll find out. It could be something completely different. And it's published by 15 Industry, billed as an RPG, fantasy adventure, and narrative. So I'm thinking there might be a lot of reading. Probably not a VN game, but I guess we'll find out. We are going to start with the wizard, though, or the mage. Oh, and any difficult words are written in different ink. If you place the mark you can see over them, you'll understand their meaning as well. The same mark can also be used to examine or even move things on the desk. So go on and try touching all sorts of things. Right then. All is ready. Before we begin, let me tell you a little about this witch. He's even got the matching pencil. The witch's name is Penery, a woman of strong will and steadfast devotion. She has lost all memory of her past. In the Uran year 637, she arrived at Holm Abbey, laid out in the back of a wagon. There were signs that several people had fought, and by the roadside, a single young woman's body soaked in blood, said the farmer who carried her here. She should have been dead without a doubt, he said as well. Yet despite her mortal wounds, she miraculously clung to life. The scars on her body vanished completely in less than a year, but perhaps as after effects of the injury, she still has no memory of what came before. After that, she studied magic under the abbess, Holm, and her gifts blossomed, not only in sorcery, but also in medicine, arithmetic, and the martial arts. Years later, one day the abbess of Holm Abbey was summoned by Uran's court mage, Ingeborg, and set out for the royal capital, Erishing. 3 months later, a letter arrived at the abbey from Erishing. Abbess Holm has gone missing. Feeling a debt to Abbess Holm beyond measure, she could neither sit nor stand still. That very day, she gathered her belongings and set out for the royal capital, Erishing. Alright, so what if we do actually mouse over this? So, Penery's mentor, head of Holm Abbey, a communal order devoted to the eternal God. Okay, nature worship, and Erishing is the royal capital of Uran. Is your heart ready, my friend? Let us begin. You are now heading for Uran's royal capital, Erishing. Uran's regent, Dok Tawergi, welcomed the famed Witch of the Forest, Ingeborg, as court mage, and proclaimed to other nations that Uran was a mighty realm of magic. Not long after, a mysterious plague spread through the royal capital, Erishing. At the same time, reports of uncanny monsters came one after another from Rombort Castle, which stands at the heart of Erishing. The source of this calamity is the witch Ingeborg. Invited into the castle, she's plotting to overthrow the kingdom. The noble steed and the knights, they look like they've been turned to skeletal beings. Such rumors spread like mold among the weary people, and Uran, so recently jubilant to welcome a court mage, found dark clouds suddenly gathering overhead. And 3 months ago, the witch Ingeborg was at last imprisoned by order of Duke Tawergi. If the map you obtained is accurate, then once you pass through this forest, the towering city wall of the royal capital, Erishing, should spread out before you. A doe is walking ahead of you, but the moment it notices you, it hurries off and vanishes into a thicket alive with robin song. 3.5 days have passed since you set out, and the afternoon light is beginning to slant. Though you should be near the great city, there is no sign of travelers, and you begin to worry you may have lost your way. And yet you cannot bring yourself to turn back. From weariness of the road, you can no longer tell whether your legs are sticks or the sticks are your legs. For you, who scarcely ever left the abbey, this long journey can only be called harsh. When you emerge from the forest and step into the dazzling sunlight, the fierce sun lights the sky and mountains as far as the eye can see, the vast fields, and the imposing city wall. The enormous city wall stretches beyond the edges of your vision, overwhelming any who behold it. It seems you have reached the fortress city of Erishing, Uran's royal capital. All at once you notice something fighting fiercely right before the gates. There are no other people in sight, and it does not look like play or training. A strange tension quickens your heart. At last, you can no longer hold yourself back, and forgetting the weariness in your legs, you break into a run. Oh my. As you draw closer, you begin to understand what is happening. A man and a gigantic stone golem are locked in combat. Alright, a non-living object animated by magic and granted a soul. The man looks like a warrior. In his powerful hands, he grips a broad-bladed sword. His opponent is a pseudo-life form born of magic. Yet you have never seen a golem so huge and moving so smoothly like a living person. It must have been made by a mage of great renown. You know all too well how troublesome such a thing can be. It seems the golem is at the city's gatekeeper. To keep the warrior from approaching the gate, it swings its great boulder-like arms and blocks the way like a wall. Now then, my friend, your first battle comes early. What do you do? Okay, so we can help the warrior fight the golem. That's a 4. Hold back and watch for a moment. That's 13. I'm not quite sure. Is the golem really the gatekeeper? Or is the warrior the gatekeeper and the golem trying to approach the city? And is this like a choose your own adventure type thing? This is page 4, this is page 13. I think we're going to help the warrior out. Or let me assess the situation a moment longer. You watch for a while, trying to decide whom to help. The warrior lightly dodges the golem's fist and in one smooth motion turns to attack. Yet he cannot land a decisive blow. They seem evenly matched in strength, but against their tireless golem, he is likely at a disadvantage. Lend me a hand, he cries, turning to you. What do you do, my friend? Step in to help. Let's go help. You help the warrior fight the golem. Normally, a battle should be avoided, but this time it cannot be helped. You quickly take up a stance to attack the golem. To attack an enemy, you must first make an action value check. Roll 2 dice for you, 2 white dice for me, 2 red dice for the enemy, 4 dice in total at the same time. So, add your level to the total of your 2 white dice. That becomes your action value. So my level is 9. I'm not sure how to get those die rolls going. Next, add the enemy's level to the total number of dice. Okay, so what's the enemy's level? We don't know that. If your action value is higher than the enemy's, your attack hits, and you may subtract your attack from the enemy's defense, from the enemy's health points. Okay, so my attack minus the enemy's defense comes off the health points. If your action value is lower than the enemy's attack hits you. And you may subtract the enemy's attack from my defense and take that from my HP. If the action values are the same, neither attack hits. If you reduce the enemy's health points to 0, you win. If my health falls to 0, I die. And what's the warrior going to be doing this whole time? We should get another die in there at least. Choose an action card and the dice will be rolled automatically. Now then, roll the dice. Okay, so good. I've got a +3 advantage for level. He's got more than twice as many hit points as me, though. The golem does. Attack is 13, my attack is 12. Defense is 6, my defense is 0. Battle starts against Golem. Let's give this one a go. Warrior joins the attack. At the end of each turn, deal 1d damage. But shouldn't we get another die roll for the attack or the action sequence? When you attack an enemy, you must make an action value check. You and the enemy each roll 2 dice. Okay. What do you do? Well, the only thing we can do right now is attack. Attack with your equipped weapon or bare hands. Weapon uses -1. Do we not have magic to attack with? Oh, Penry's staff. Mage's staff made from elder wood. Given by Abbess Holm when Penry became training master 2 years ago. Her favorite. When swung with magic, it delivers a powerful shock. I don't think a shock would be very effective against the stone golem, though. Well, let's just see what happens. Oh my god. My action's 11, so 9, 10, 11. And yours is... what is that, a 3? That's 9. Can I roll that down? Oh god, I take 13 damage. The warrior attacks. Deal 1d damage to the enemy. 5. Come on, one more time. Let's take it back. Attacks hit when you roll. Okay, I got it. Good luck. What do you do? Well, the only thing I can do is attack. Attack 5. Let me use that. $13 and 13, it's a draw. Neither side hits. The warrior attacks. You deal 1 damage. Alright, reset and go again. Attacks hit when you roll 2 dice. Okay, now choose an item card. Choose an action card or an item. I probably want to use the healing potion. A magic potion that restores HP instantly. Miracle water. It restores 20 AP. I'm going to have to use that. That hopefully will get me 1 more round. I'll choose an action card or item. I'm going to go for this again. Let's do it. What do you do? Come on, cuts through the air. Alright, 6 damage because my level is up a little bit more. I'm curious though, are we going to get the same die rolls as everybody else playing the demo? Or are these preset numbers? Just kind of taking the players through each of the different options and results? Warrior attacks. 1d6, give me a 6. 3. This is going to be a long fight at this rate, kids. Alright, nice. Keep going. What do you do? I'm going for this again. There we are. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, the attack cuts through the air and catches your enemy. I deal 1 flipping damage, though. Okay, there's... nice. Now there's 6. Good. Let's take the next one, too. Attacks hit me. Okay, got it. Got it. What do you do? Didn't we have... okay, the attack is 7. Oh, the spell book. I think the magic... it seems like the golem would be immune to spells, but let me give it a try. Let me see what happens. What was that? Oh, details, a female-shaped stone statue that moves smoothly. Almost like a living creature. Okay, let's try this. The enemy's defense is too high? Okay, yeah, the warrior attacks with a flippin' 1. 23. Alright, so we're not going to use that. Let me use this. It's weird. It said I had 40 uses. What do you do? Attack. 9. Okay, that should be a good hit.
行くわよ。
4 damage. Again and again, your blows find the golem, yet none is decisive. Your arms feel heavy with fatigue. Your legs are leaden too. The warrior fighting at your side seems to tire, but his movement's slowing to his stop. In the next instant, he ducks low, darts under the golem's arms, and with a lightning-fast stroke, shatters one knee. The golem goes still, then slowly pitches forward, sinking into a crouch. Now you have your best chance to bring down the golem. As a witch, you can wield magic. To cast an attack spell, you need either a grimoire with a spell written in it, or magical reagents. Right now you can cast 3 types. We've got Magic Missile, Poison, or Explosion. I think the Explosion is going to be the best one to take out the stone golem. Poison's probably not going to be effective. Magic Missile, probably not very effective. This probably doesn't do anything, so we're going to take the Explosion. This is your finishing blow. From the 3 options on your action cards, which spell will you cast? Explosion of Flames uses -10. What's the -10? Alright, we're going to go for that. Oh, flames, burn my enemy to ash. When the Flameburst spell strikes the golem's head dead on, 1 letter of the word carved there, Emmet, shatters into fragments. At once, the golem's supple movements cease. It seems you have felled the golem. Perhaps the spell breaks when the golem dies. The stone surface that until moments ago stretches and flexes like tanned leather loses all suppleness, crumbling of its own accord into a towering heap, a grave marker of stone. In this battle, you gain 5 experience, and it looks like we've got all the hit points back. Oh, okay, so that's why it dropped from 40 to 30, because it cost 10 magic to do that. Each one of these cost 1. So this was quite a bit less on the attack. That dropped it down, so I probably should not have been equipping that against the golem. That was just silly on my part. When your experience level reaches 100, or XP reaches 100, you gain a level. Thanks, you saved me. Together you rejoice in your victory over a formidable foe. He asks you, did you know the golem's weakness? But when you give only a vague reply, he explains that when the first letter vanishes from Emmet, truth, on the golem's forehead, it becomes Met. I am dead. And that is how you defeat the golem. I'm Havelock. Nice to meet you. He's a traveler from the neighboring country of Lusapang, and it seems he has come to the royal capital to meet a certain person who is supposed to be here. He says there was a golem at the northeast gate from here, and another at the south gate on the opposite side as well. Most likely each gate has a golem. It is an unnatural state of affairs to have dangerous golems at the city gates. Even inside the city, there is no telling what dangers may await. Since your aims aligned, you decide to enter the city together. Closed though it is, the city gate is unbolted. You put your strength into it and push the heavy doors open. Inside, the gate is dim, like a small cave. You can truly feel the thickness of the wall that encircles the entire city. You pass through the gate with care, on your guard. Beyond the gate, you come out onto a broad street. But there is not even a gatekeeper. No sign of people at all. The shop-lined streets seem to hold their breath silent and still, an empty shell. Only your footsteps are swallowed up by the deserted main street. What happened to this city? Doors left standing open, toppled barrels of fruit, clothing scattered across the ground. Now and then you catch the smell of something rotten. There's someone over there, Havelock says, pointing toward the far end of the street. A lone man stands in the street's shadows. He doesn't really look like... He's not standing like a normal person would. His arms hang slack at his sides as he begins to walk towards you. Slowly. You're worn out from a journey that you aren't used to, but the man coming towards you looks far more exhausted. You raise a hand to greet him and draw a deep breath. No, you catch it in your throat. The man's skin is ashen and drained of color. His clothes are smeared with blood and grime, making him look utterly unkempt. The foul stench from earlier must be coming from him. Looks like he's got a spear or something stuck in his side as well. A nice rib cage showing through his tunic. When you look closer, you see his eyes have clouded over, milky, sightless. And yet he comes straight for you. Worse still, his steps are speeding up little by little. Something is clearly wrong. Even when you warn him, don't come any closer, he does not stop. You know it at once, a walking corpse. Spoken of in legends and tales, this must be one of the living dead. Reeking of death, drool spilling from its mouth, it lunges at you. You swiftly dodge aside and move to strike back. Battle starts against living dead. Okay, so he's got level 7. I've still got a couple points on him level-wise. That's going to be a nice advantage. My attack is a little bit more. He's only got 16 HP and 0 defense, so we should be able to make short work of him. When you attack an enemy, okay, so let's do this. What do? Let's just attack. Good, 10 damage. Keep it up. What about my friend right there? Where's my other 1d6? Deal 10 damage. XP goes up to 12. You defeat the living dead. Judging by the state of decay, the fallen one does not seem to have been dead for very long. Then where is the foul stench coming from? This reek now is so strong, it makes you want to choke.
Oi, miro.
Hey, look. At Havelock's voice, you lift your gaze, only to find several of the living dead already before you, closing in. Like insects swarming to a torch, the mindless dead, by their curse, are drawn to the flames of your life. When you look back, countless dead sway in rows along the main road you came from, blocking the exit route from this city. Your retreat has already been cut off. Run, Havelock shouts. You think he's right. What do, my friend? Well, I want to follow him. I guess, well, let's always go down the right road. As you break into a run, Havelock dashes off down a different road. I wonder if he would have been the same if I would have chosen the other road. See you later. Don't die. Havelock waves wildly and shouts at the top of his lungs, trying to draw the living dead's attention. Okay, so maybe he's trying to help me. Half the undead go after Havelock, and the other half follow you. Even so, there are still too many to handle. For you, unfamiliar with this city, running around too much, well, it's hardly wise. What do, my friend? You could run into the nearest house, hurry to the left alley, turn right at the corner up ahead. I don't know if I want to try to slip through them. I kind of don't want to get cornered in a house or an alley, so I'm going to turn right up ahead. The road bends there, my friend. You can't see what lies beyond. Even if you've run straight into a huge mob of the living dead, it can't be helped. A swarm of the living dead piles into you. You have joined the silent procession of the dead yourself.
ありゃ、なんてことじゃ。
You are dead, like a pebble tumbling into an open grave. Your soul returns to the primal light, and in time your body will mingle with the earth atop your coffin. But if you wish, my friend, you may start your adventure over, or rewind time just a little. Now this is why you always keep your finger in the previous page on a Choose Your Own Adventure book. Okay, let's rewind time just a little bit.
時間を少し戻そう。
As you break into a run, Havelock dashes off down a different road.
また後でな。死ぬなよ。
Don't die! Half the dead go after Havelock, the other half come after me.
さて、どうするかの？
Okay, yeah, definitely don't want to go into the alley. Let's go into the house. Slip between the few living dead ahead. Okay, so there's just a few ahead. Why don't we do that? You slip between a few of the living dead. You dodge a few of them, but despite your panic, your legs grow heavier
これはま
and
ずい
slower.
な。
And then a white-haired undead stands before you, and at last your feet come to a halt. You have no choice but to fight. Battle starts against white-haired undead. Level 7, so we still have the advantage. HP 16, attack 6. Defense 0. Are they all the same? Let's go. 6, 6. Alright, nothing. Oh, that's right, but I had the extra points. 10 damage.
いいぞ。
What do? We're gonna do another attack? Ugh. It's a draw. I don't have any more healing spells either, so I'd better be careful. Reset and choose an action card. I've only got the one action card right now. It's attack.
行くわよ。
10 more damage. Good. This guy's done. We get a couple more points. Your victory is a hollow one. The undead have already filled the world around you, and there's nowhere left to run. A swarm of the living dead piles onto you.
ありゃ、なんてことじゃ。
What a mess. Okay, let's rewind time just a little. I'm going to go into the
時間を
house.
少し戻そう。
As you break into a run, Havelock dashes off.
また後でな。死ぬ
Don't
なよ。
die! Running around too much? Okay, we're gonna
どう
go
するかの？
run into the nearest house. I might be able to block the door and keep him out, but I don't know if that's gonna just corner me inside there. You sprint for the nearest house and slam into the door as if to shoulder it open. Flip a coin. Does it open? It's tails. The door is shut tight, as if it's been nailed from the inside. Want to try the next house? Heads. The door isn't locked. It opens easily. Behind you, one of the undead, quick on its feet, bears down. You leap into the entryway and quickly pull the door shut behind. Just in the nick of time, the horde slams into the door. Outside, the living dead scrape and scratch at the door like cats sharpening their claws. My friend,
よく考えて決め
you...
るんじゃ。
Let's reinforce that. You drag a heavy table in front of the door. Pile some chairs on it. That should keep the place safe for a while. As the tension breaks, a deep fatigue washes over you. It seems the undead's groans outside are gradually growing louder. By contrast, the house is deathly silent, and you sense nothing moving. You walk softly, carefully, not making a sound. At the back of the room, you see a staircase leading to the second floor, and an entrance to what looks like a kitchen. Let me check the kitchen first, make sure the entire ground floor is clear. Well, on the left wall stands an old-fashioned hearth, a shelf of cooking tools, and rows of dishes. The back door straight ahead has been nailed shut with several planks. So that would mean that somebody was either boarded in here, well, the front door was open, so maybe they went out that way, or they're going to be upstairs, which could mean that there are more undead waiting for me inside the house. A thin layer of dust has settled on the hearth and around it. It seems a long time has passed since this place was last used. At the center of the room is a table set for 6, and beside an overturned chair lies a single citrus fruit that looks fresh. You glance toward the fallen chair and turn, only to notice a plain, unassuming door beneath the stairs. Check the wall with the hearth. Look outside through the back door's small window. Take the citrus. Open the door beneath the stairs. Let me grab that citrus. It seems a few days have passed since it was harvested, yet its skin is taut and glossy, and it carries a fresh scent. You examine the other parts of the kitchen. Don't really care about looking there. But I might as well now. I'm not in any hurry. I can't go anywhere but up or down. So let's take a look at the wall. So it really is a place that serves food. The shelves are packed with cooking utensils, well-used dishes, and jars of spices and seasonings. There doesn't seem to be anything else of note. Right, examine the rest of the kitchen. I don't know if I want to draw attention to that. Let's just go look under the stairs. You put your hand on the door beneath the stairs. It seems to be locked from the inside. Let's knock on the door. You hear a distinct sound below. You call out. Is someone there? After a moment, a man's voice answers from below. Are you one of the living? Then, without waiting for your reply, you hear 2 or 3 people climbing the stairs. You hear the lock being undone, and the door slowly opens. From the gloom emerge an old man, a little girl, and a woman who seems to be her mother. The old man squints against the light as he speaks. It seems they have been hiding in the basement for the past 3 days. The child, it seems, vomited earlier, and the girl's mother has high fever as well. These 3 are nearing their limits, both in strength and spirit. You tell them we can't stay here, and promise to protect everyone. The old man replies simply, I'll follow you. Okay, so what's happening here in the city? You ask them what the city is like now, but they say they don't know. They've been hiding ever since the undead appeared. In the heavy silence, you ponder what to do next. The sound of furious pounding comes from outside the door. It's the sound of someone pounding on the door. Okay, it doesn't sound like it's undead, but is it friend or foe? It's coming from the house's front door. The man's voice is getting frantic. If you're going to open the door, you'll have to move the tables you piled up. If I don't, the guy's probably gonna die. I'm wondering where the undead are, though. Let's wait and see. Someone pounds hard again. You have to move the stacked tables. He's given up. Once again, silence envelops the house. Just then, something shatters upstairs and falls with a crash. You lift a finger to your lips. Everyone there strains their ears. Faint footsteps drift down from the upper floor. The old man whispers, it's from the attic. So what's in the attic, old man? The old man answers, it's a cramped room with a low ceiling and it's used for storage now. You swallow hard and set a foot on the stairs. There's only one thing to do. As you begin climbing the stairs to the attic, the door slowly opens right before you. A woman appears, her hood pulled low over her face. All right. Panery, thank goodness. It's me, Harivi. The woman shifts her hood aside and reveals her face. You know this woman. It's Harivi, the nun you spent 4 years with at the Home Abbey. A gifted fortune teller. For her work as a nun, Harivi has been in the royal capital, Erishing, for the past few years. Okay, where did you come from? She says she came from the safe zone in the city's north, enclosed by the city wall. And why are you here? She says her fortune-telling led her to foresee that Panery would come to the area, and that she's been checking house by house, traveling over the rooftops to do it. And what about the abbess? She shakes her head. I do not know, she says. After sending a letter to the abbey, I've continued searching for the abbess, but I still haven't found her. She adds she's most likely somewhere at the royal castle. She says the undead have gathered around this house. The street she came from was clear. If the undead have gathered around this house, though, who is knocking on the door? Was it the necromancer? Then she proposes, let's head for the safe zone in the north of the city by the street on the other side. Hearing what Harivi had to say, you consider. Okay, so head for the safe zone in the north, or escape by moving over the rooftops. I don't know if the old man and the sick women are going to be able to go over the rooftops. I think the best bet's going to be to escort them to the safe zone. You decide it makes sense to take the route to the safe zone that Harivi mentioned. After talking it over, you decide to move from house to house over the rooftops. Great idea. Then cross the streets, take the shortest route to the city wall, climb the flanking tower, and enter the safe zone. The flanking tower is a tower built into the city wall, with stairs inside that lead up to the top of the wall. If you make your way along the wall ahead, you should have almost no contact with the undead. Leave it to me, Harivi says, volunteering to guide the way. But there's trouble. If we keep reading that book at this leisurely pace, a great horde of undead will soon come pouring into the whole area, and escape will become utterly impossible. Before that happens, you must get out of this house and make it to a certain place. Have the book's contents changed since last time? Just so. I didn't think you were dawdling, but now that it's come to this, it can't be helped. This place is faintly linked to the world inside the book. To save everyone, you must finish this in this world within 3 minutes, starting now. Understood? Then we begin. What? Timing 3 minutes is a bother, you say? Oh, I've got just the thing. Here. It measures only 3 minutes, hence its name is the 3-minute clock. It only times 3 minutes, mind you, but it didn't break even when an ogre stomped on it. It didn't even stop atop Mount Shimbareg in a winter. A clock stouts something, but never mind that. Now then, let us begin. You and the others climb to the roof through the attic window and decide to move to the top of the next house. There's a small gap to the next roof. An adult could jump it, but it looks hard for a child. Looking around, you spot a board nailed over a dormer window on the next roof, just the right size. You could pry it off and use it as a bridge, but first you must leap to the next roof. Use the die to test your luck. Okay, so we've got to go. The clock is ticking. Check the result to see whether you made the jump. Okay, 5. Okay, well, we didn't get that one. Crashed. You leap to the next roof with these. Quickly pry the large board off the window. Okay, it wobbles. Using the board, you cross several roofs in quick succession. You reach a house on the opposite side of the street. What are we going to do next? And let's check the edge. Yep. Fortunately, no sign of the living dead. Okay, let's make for the tower, break the dormer window, enter the house. The silence speak volumes. No one is here. You hurry down to the first floor. Must belong to someone who kept a very tidy home. At once you notice a gaudily bound book and a letter on the table by the front door. The letter reads as follows. To Father, I'm sending you this book I wrote, and just as you said, Prince Newt seems to be an imposter. At the recent audience at the castle, his blonde wig slipped and a black hair showed underneath, and 5 gold coins were tucked into the letter. However, he urges you, let's hurry. Okay, let's read the book. I don't really have time for that. Crack the door and peer outside. There's no undead in sight. You slip across the street, checking for danger. It looks safe. You turn back and beckon everyone to follow. Once everyone gathers, the door behind you, it suddenly opens and someone jumps out. One of the undead. Alright. You instinctively duck down, waiting to see what they do. Ah, thank goodness. The one who comes out isn't one of the undead. Please, take me with you. Okay, that's definitely not a young man right there. He says he's a court musician. Oh, that explains it. And he's injured his leg while fleeing the castle. My name's Gildy. Nice to meet you. You decide to head for the flanking tower together. As you move along the streets and come to where you see the entrance to the flanking tower, you spot a lone undead. Okay, let's go. We don't have time. From hidden corners, one undead appears, then another and another. 3 minutes have passed. The clock automatically rewinds? We're gonna have to replay that scene again? Well, this is an interesting mechanic too. Okay, good. 6, good. Made the jump again. Quickly pry the board off. Now this is the breaking the window. No one's here. First floor must belong to somebody. Skim the book. The painter. Poor lonely painter. The landscapes he painted was beautiful. My life has been nothing but misery. An apple. He scanned the sky, but there was nothing. Painted a picture of many apples, as always. He set the apple painting beside his landscapes. Okay, my god, dude. This book is... Okay, I'm just gonna skim through the rest of this. I didn't sit down to read the whole damn book. Now, is this 3 minutes real time, or is it based on the number of choices and pages we go through? Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Okay, let's go. Brace yourself. Waiting to see what they do. It's the same dummy. Bloody bandage wrapped around its leg. Detour to avoid the living dead. Took a little time, but you safely reached the entrance to the flanking tower. Good. We won't be needing the clock anymore, but we didn't grab those 5 coins from the envelope either, did we? The entrance door to the flanking tower seems to be locked. What do you do, my friend? Cast an unlocking spell. The thick door shatters with a thunderous crash. At the same time, a nausea-inducing stench of rot hits you, and big men burst out. Oh god. They're living dead soldiers in iron armor. You've got an old man, a child, and even an injured companion. There are at least 3 of them. What do you do? Run. Even if you break through the ones ahead, the undead will keep crawling out of the tower. No, we're surrounded. Don't give up. Let's think. You refuse to give up, thinking there must be another way. Countless arrows skewer the undead behind you. At the same time, you hear a voice barking orders. It seems reinforcements have arrived from somewhere. Close ranks! A powerful man's voice rings out. Soldiers bearing great shields line up to form a flawless defensive wall, thrusting long spears behind the shields to pick off the remaining undead. Nice. El Tortuga. Behind them, more soldiers of the same kind march in layered ranks. A mounted man who seems to be their commander signals for you to fall back. You fall back as the soldiers surge forward, moving away from the flanking tower. So that's it, Phalanx. They're well trained, Telrivi murmurs, impressed. The undead are cut down one after the other, and safety is secured. It seems you were truly saved. However, he expresses her heartfelt gratitude to the man commanding the soldiers. My name is Kiritz. Yesterday, His Majesty Newt appointed me captain of the Ruler Knight's Newt unit. I now oversee all military affairs. Is that the real one, or is that the impostor Newt? Kiritz says a man named Havelock requested aid from my order to rescue you. You've led everyone this far. You have my thanks. Kiritz studies your appearance with a skeptical look. Did you come from home, Abbey? When you answer yes, I arrived in the city today. After a moment, Kiritz speaks. I see. Even now, we need anyone who can fight, even alone. Good to have you. At Kiritz's command, the knights fall into formation and escort you to the city's safe zone. Based on your actions so far, you gain 92 XP. Great, and we got a level up on that. Would you like to save your adventure? Yes! Okay, great. Let's just save this. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's where we're going to end it today. I don't know how much further the demo is going to be going. Choices made within this section are not saved. Between the dark, cold houses, you see a reddening sky and huge castle. Just then, Kiritz rides up on horseback and speaks to you. The Black Castle is a rare sight, isn't it? The outer wall is coated with tar, the roofs laid with obsidian. It's meant to warm the inside of the castle with the sun's light. Kiritz goes on, it used to be fairly comfortable. Now it has become the stronghold of sinister monsters. Now everyone calls it the same thing. Dark Castle. Now then, let me explain a little about this world. First, the eternal God took the forms of fire, wind, water, and earth, cooling and hardening them to create the land. Then beings from other dimensions came, and all manner of life forms were created. Humans were born last of all. And 2,000 years ago, a visit to this world, Holgar, brought magic to humankind. Holgar's mighty magic made the world prosper, but it also sparked fierce conflict. To put an end to that strife, Holger's descendants scattered across the lands and founded nations. Those descendants, now rulers in their own realms, keep a secret pact, stirring up wars at set intervals. Even now, to maintain control over the people, truly, it is a world of swords and sorcery. And the city you've reached is Erishing, the royal capital of Yoran, a natural fortress jutting out into the western sea. It's also where the one who brought magic first set foot in this world. Its population is about 20,000, which may sound small compared to your world, but here it counts as a great city. Now then, let us return to the book. Led by Curate's Captain of the Knights, you have reached the safest zone in the royal capital of Erishing. As you pass through the heavily guarded gate, Havelock runs up. And my friends, I think you're going to have to grab the game for yourselves to find out what happens next. We've got to the safe zone, we've saved the citizens. Well, we saved a few of the citizens anyway. We've met up with one of our fellows from the Abbey, and we've teamed back up with Havelock right here. Are we going to check out the castle? Are we going to be able to defeat the witch? Find the abbess? Let me know what you thought about the demo for the Witch of the Dark Castle, ladies and gentlemen. Did you get a chance to play it? Is this your kind of game? It seems a bit fun, but I don't know. I can't see myself spending a lot of money on this kind of a game. Just a little bit too much narrative, not enough strategy involved. But guys, yeah, I do appreciate you hanging out. For those of you that have stuck around this far, we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe out there. Court is adjourned.